roll of the dice here in the second leg of the relegation playoffs. Who will be either maybe promoted, maybe survive, maybe relegated, or maybe promoted by the end here of the second leg of the relegation playoffs. The last leg last week was a 1-1 draw between the two teams, but right here, right now, let's head to the second leg of this competition right here, right now. Let's find out if it's going to be a victory for, obviously, Los Andreas Pompey in the game, unless Charford Saturday might get promotion. But what's your thoughts on the whole taking in the second leg, Gary? It's massive. It's absolutely massive for both teams here today, because we know that, one of the two teams could be in the Premier League next season, one of the promised lands of the division. I know Los Andreas Pompey are in the Premier League, but could Charford knock them out of their place for next season here in this second leg? Saturday are at home for their supporters here in Charford. The crowd will be really buzzing here tonight as well, because Charford Saturday have not played in the Premier League now for 3 decades. And it could happen, it could do. By the end of this match day, it could be for Charford Saturday. Promotion into the Premier League. And that's what a lot of teams want to be. But we'll find out here tonight if that's the case here for Charford. But as for Los Andreas Pompey, under Dominic Tesalico, he promises for them to stay in the league. But it's going to be tough because they're away from home. But no Division 1 team have actually knocked our Premier League side out of the league in this competition of the relegation playoff. Not at all any Division 1 sides being promoted through this relegation playoff system since it actually was launched way back in 2019, just 4 seasons ago. But maybe Charford could make history here tonight at home and may knock out Pompey out of the league after being in the division now for 40 years in the Premier League. Cheers there, Gary. And now let's head to the match up here for the second leg here at the Owl Valley. And let's head to the match. And here we are live right now here at the Owl Valley Stadium here between Charford Saturday and Los Andreas Pompey. And we know there's going to be a real spectacular matchup of drama throughout the whole matchup here tonight. Because maybe Charford could make history and get themselves back in the Premier League ever since they were relegated in 1994. That was obviously 30 years ago, or 29 years ago in fact. About to be 30 years next year. And in the new year of 2024 next year will be 30 years for Charford. And the lineup was going to have here Speedman, Hanbury, Spinach, Routledge, Kasanovov and Ashton. And we've got McIntyre, Ben Rees, Victor. And obviously for Los Andreas Pompey, their lineup here today is going to be here Leon Dyer, Hunter, Scholes, Carnu, Xhaka, and also the other Xhaka with Brenton Diaz, Sol Campbell, Gibson, Taylor Neal and James Taylor in goal. And they should beat Charford Saturday due to the fact that most of the players are internationals as well. Not very good season in the Premier League. They could be on the verge of relegation if they don't get a result here right now, here tonight. And here we go for the second leg of this competition. And now Routledge. And now Spinach. Now Routledge again. Now to Victor. Now Victor now into the box. Goal! Charford Saturday got the lead. And they're 2-1 up on aggregate. What a start to the match from Hanbury. What a goal from him. And Simon Hanbury puts Charford Saturday in the lead. This could be the chance of promotion into the Premier League. That'll be something for next season they can do though. Because right here tonight, Pompey have been sleeping it seems. A team have got some very good quality players in their squad to play against an average side from Division 1 in this playoff game. They could replace them in the league next season. Imagine that happening. And Charford Saturday has been through lots of hell for 30 years of course. Been through a lot of administrations. Financial, the club went through as well. Almost bankruptcy as well. Way back in 2003. I thought the club was going to go out of business at that point. And poor ownership. And since obviously the new owners took over the club way back in 2017, their aim is to try and get themselves in the Premier League, and it could do here tonight and knock out Pompey out of the league. And now Dyer meanwhile, and it's obviously gone wide, and it's now going to be a goal kick here for Pompey. Good chance though. And Carnu there to Dyer, and Dyer hits it. And imagine having Carnu and Leon Dyer and also Callum Gibson, Sol Campbell, Granit Xhaka playing Division 1 football next season. I don't think they probably will stay on. I think a lot of them will jump ship to bigger teams, but it's not very good if they do go down here tonight. Ever since they sacked, well, obviously ever since when Oliver Alder obviously left the club and joined Goldfield Boys United, due to the fact that he actually punched Pompey above their weight and came 10th. They did it just 3 years ago. They did in the league, mid-table team they were under Oliver Alder, and then when he left the club to join Goldfield, they've been a very declining team really in the league ever since. Declined since Oliver Alder left and had Frank de Boer in. He didn't do a good job. He got sacked at Christmas. Then obviously we had as well Nuno Espirito Santo, who actually kept Pompey in the league, and then he took over the reins for another year. Only at least he took over for 6 games this season, and he was sacked. And then Dominic Tesahiko took over the job, and he's trying to get them safety and trying to push them up, but unfortunately had a very poor defeat in that last game against Sporting San Lake in the league, and that drops them into 18th place, and that means they will put themselves in the relegation playoff to play against Charford, obviously on Wednesday from last week, and this Wednesday as well. And now here's Gibson, now to Brenton Diaz for Pompey, and now Diaz now. And now here's to Xhaka. Now Scholes. Now Dyer. Dyer could be through here. Dyer scores! And now it's 2-2. And now game on here at the Al Valley Stadium. A great goal from Leon Dyer. A former Republic States international forward has got himself a goal to make it 1-1. If it stays like this, it'll go to penalty shootout at the end of the game. Go straight at pens and find out who will be the team, or could be promoted or relegated or whatever. Great pass there from Granit Xhaka to knock it all the way there to obviously to Dyer, and he hits it into the back of the net, and a great goal. Good pass from Scholes actually. Scholes is the one who actually knocked it nicely there to Dyer in the plate. A lot of space he had his shot as well. Beats past Canas, and now it's going to be 2-2 an aggregate and 1-1 in the game. And there you have it. And now here's to Speedman. Speedman. It's good defending there. Now Granit Xhaka now. And now all the way here now to Scholes. And now here's to Dennis Ashton. And now Ashton now to Speedman. And now is Xhaka. And now here's to Nick Victor. And now Spinach. Now Victor. Okay, now it's back to Dyer. Almost half time nearly. And it's all over. And it's a 1-1 draw going into the first half to the second half. And the aggregate lead goes to 2-2. And now it's half time. And we're back here now for the second half. And it is 2-2 on aggregate. And here we go. And now Diaz. Now to Scholes. And now Scholes now into the box. Oh, could have been. Now Granit Xhaka. Now Dyer. Now Spinach. Now Casanovia. Now is to Taylor Neal. Now Xhaka. Now Brenton. Now Brenton with the ball. And now is Xhaka. And now here's Spinach. Now Hanbury. Now Speedman. And now it's Dennis Ashton. And now it's Taylor Neal. Now Scholes. Now is Alex Hunter. Good defending there. Now Casanovia now to Dennis Ashton now. Now Speedman. Hanbury. And now here's to Campbell. And now here's to Carnu now, the ball here for Pompey. Now Hunter. And now Scholes! Saved there from Canas there, the goalkeeper for Saturday. And they're holding out for dear life Saturday. They want to be in the Premier League next season. To make a surprise to be promoted, it'll be something, it'll be. And now here's Ashton again here for Saturday. And now here's Corellis now, the ball here. And now to Taylor. Now to Brenton Diaz. Not there to Scholes now. Alan Scholes, obviously an international player who plays for the Pompey national team. He probably might leave if they do go down here tonight. Now cross into the box here. And then Saturday won the ball and covered there from him. And now Spinach. Now to Nick Victor. Now all the way to a header there. And now here's to Ashton now for Saturday. And now Saturday now on the attack. And now here's to Brenton again. And now, oh good ball here. He's kept it. He has Alex Hunter now with the ball. And he drives it through to the attack to Dyer. Oh! Could have been very close, I got to say. And I think Pompey could have put themselves in a very good opportunity there to go themselves in the lead in the game. If they've got any chance of safety to stay up for this season and keep Saturday in Division 1. That's what they're really hoping to do here tonight. Unless it might go a penalty shootout. We're near the end of the game here. And now meanwhile, our Hanbury's on the other side of the pitch here. Hanbury's through! Saved there from Taylor. Oh, they were close. That could have gone in and that'd be over. But it's all over here for full time. And we are going straight to penalties to find out who will be either promoted or relegated, or will Pompey survive, or will Saturday stay in Division 1? We'll find out next. So, penalty shootout. It's going to be a pen, and Speedman will take it first for Saturday against the goalkeeper, the Republic's international keeper, James Taylor, to hopefully push Pompey out of the Premier League after this penalty spot, and maybe Saturday could replace them to be promoted in the league. Now Speedman takes the pen. A save right there from James Taylor to keep that one out. And now it looks like Pompey will take the penalty now themselves. So Canas is in goal here for Saturday. Carnu takes it here for Pompey to put them in the lead. Carnu, save there from Canas. Good save from him. And now here's now to Saturday now. Now Hanbury. A goal there for Saturday and they're leading on pens here. That's a good start there for Saturday. And now Scholes takes the pen. And save there from the keeper. And now here's now for Saturday here to put themselves 2 goals in front. A goal to make it 2-0 there to Saturday. And now here's to Dyer to take it. And that's a goal there to make it 2-1. That's 1 goal back there for Pompey. And now here's now to Saturday to make it 3-1 up here in the match. Could it be? And it is 3-1 to Saturday. And they look like they could be over here. If Hunter actually misses this penalty, that means that Saturday will be promoted to the Premier League after 30 years. Unless he scores, the penalty still continues to shoot out. And he does score. And it's 3-2. And we have to score this there. The captain there for Saturday. If he scores this goal, that means that they will be promoted to the Premier League. And Pompey will be relegated to Division 1. And now Spinach, the captain, takes it for Saturday. And a goal! And Saturday are promoted into the Premier League. And Pompey will be relegated with Cobham Town and also Portsmouth United in Division 1. And that is heartbreak from the team. So officially the Premier League table ends in the relegation drop. That puts Los Andreas Pompey's 40-year stay in the Premier League comes to an end, as they'll be relegated to Division 1. And they've got lots of crisis happening for them as a club. But congratulations for Charford Saturday to be promoted for next season into the Premier League after 30 years away from that. And let's talk in this game here today, right now, Gary, about Charford Saturday's promotion into the Premier League after 30 years. What's your thoughts on that? Great. Absolutely great. I've got to say, the football was absolutely marvellous. It was for Charford. You know, they really played good football. They were very attractive style of play they had as well in the game. And, you know, they really done well on penalties to actually stop Pompey to keep them in the division for another season, because there's no team in Division 1 have been promoted against a Premier League side now. For the first time since this system formed in 2019, a team has actually relegated a team from the Premier League out of the league and put Charford instead to replace them for next season. Is remarkable. And I can't wait for next season what's going to be happening for Charford Saturday. Who will be joining the club? When the fixtures actually come out, who will Charford play in the first game of the season? Maybe a good trip to Georgington Red Devils. Maybe a big game against the league champions Alice and the likes of Goldfield and Georgington City into Taloga. And by having those teams playing at Owl Valley and having a sellout crowd every single week of tickets, a little town like Charford in the division is going to be massive for them. And the ideals of their club and the manager, the board and everyone involved in that football club. They're going to play Premier League of football and there's no team cannot do nothing about it. And I'm hoping that and praying now, could they stay in the league? That's the question, because we know that teams who actually got promoted into the Premier League do actually struggle. You know, the likes of Iceberg, who just lightly scraped survival this season. They did that last campaign. And also as well to Cobham Town, you know, got themselves into the Premier League. And then this season they went bottom of the league and didn't have enough points and they went straight back down. And I hope that Charford could be the opposite of that and stay in the league for a very long time, because they were a very good team in the the early 90s, and since they declined a lot and had administration and a lot of other things gone wrong with them as well, I think they got themselves back where they belong, and hopefully they can see more of that maybe for the next 38 games for next season, how they can perform and when they're going to finish at the end of next season. Thank you there, Gary. But before we end off the show, let's talk about Los Andreas Pompey, about them for next season. They'll be playing Division 1 football for the first time in 40 years. 40 years, you can imagine that. A team like them to actually be in the league for that amount of time. And good players will leave. You probably know that, Sol Campbell could be leaving. You can see Carnu leaving. You can see James Taylor leaving. He's also one of the goalkeepers of the national team. Alan Scholes as well. Definitely will probably be leaving. He wants to get into the squad for the Euros next summer. There's also Leon Dyer as well. And what's your thoughts on that as well, on Pompey's? And do you sympathise them in this period? Absolutely, because I feel that Pompey have been in the league for a very long time. And, this club was actually a team were punching above their weight. They were just a couple of seasons ago under Oliver Alder. And they were 10th and they were 9th. They were flirting around the European places. They were a couple of seasons ago. And them to drop down the table since they lost their manager and since Goldfield purchased him as their new manager, and since they got in Frank de Boer, he got the sack. Didn't last long for him. He got the sack because they're in the relegation zone. Then obviously Nuno came in, replaced him. He kept Pompey in the league in 14th that season, and then the following year after that they had a very poor start to the season. And he was sacked within 6 games, Nuno, after poor results in the league. Then Dominic Tesaico came in as a manager for Pompey, and he's tried to push them out of the relegation drop, but a few games at the end of the season and teams below them have getting results as well, and them dropping down the table due to their games they've had and results they've had, was in a very dangerous position to get out the league. So they got themselves into the playoff, the safe place at the moment, and then they failed in the 2 legs, and unfortunately it's going to be a tough pre-season before they play in the lower leagues for the first time in 40 odd years now. So hopefully they can get back into the Premier League and bounce back very quickly. They're a big club, and my sympathy goes out to the players for Los Andreas Pompey in this period of time. Thank you there, Gary, and now let's wrap up here the relegation playoffs. A huge congratulations to Charford Saturday. They'll be booking their place for next season in the Premier League for the first time in 30 years and 3 decades. And that's all from us. Have a good night.